hate me, don't you?
Kons Podcast.
Hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You hate me, don't you?
Kons motherfucking podcast.
You hate me, don't
You know
you?
what I'm saying? Take roads up the Old Town Road. Right, feel like, you know, that shit is dope to me. How he is putting his hand out, putting his own money out and covering it to engage in prostitution. He pled not guilty to the judge, but the judge said once the call to recall, he said he is living through his mama with this one. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, yeah, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? It's episode 228, episode 228. What's going on this fine Wednesday, April 16th? It is 1:49 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? 1:49 in the afternoon. It's episode 228. You know what I'm saying? Didn't see y'all yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all missed me. I definitely missed y'all. You know what I mean? Yesterday was just a day. It was bring your parent to lunch day at the schools. All the schools around here in the whole district was doing that shit yesterday. You know what I mean? So I definitely was chilling with my son, spending time with him for the day yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Went and had lunch with him at the school. He wanted Wingstop. You know what I'm saying? So went to get us some Wingstop. You know what I mean? Went up to his school, had lunch, chatted up with his teachers and all that. But yeah, make sure we on the right path and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Little student parent. You know what I mean? Little lunch day. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was cool. You know what I mean? I figured I'd take all of the whole day off. You know what I mean? Not record nothing. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with my son type shit. But yeah, though. You know what I mean? We back though today. You know what I'm saying? Back today on this fine Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? No recording yesterday on a Tuesday. Like I said, it was my son's day. You know what I mean? Went and had lunch with him and whatnot at the school. But we back with another one. You feel me? Back with some more info for you. You know what I'm saying? More news, more updates. You know what I'm saying? We back on this fine Wednesday at April 16th at 1:50 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? It's getting a little sunny out here. You know what I mean? Cold is slowly dwindling away. Like I said, you know what I mean? We losing the cold weather. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad. You know what I mean? It's about to start getting 182 degrees out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just a few little topics I got today. We gonna touch on a few little topics. You know what I'm saying? For the topics that we gonna touch on today, yeah, I mean, before we get into that though, if you just now subscribing and this your first time here, you feel me? This is where we do updates, daily news updates. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the news. We talk about that made a headline, that went viral, whatever you've been hearing about as far as these little stories that may hit the news or hit your Facebook or may have hit Google or may have hit something that you seen on the headline or whatever you may have logged in and seen it up front featured on the homepage. I'm probably gonna be talking about it right here on this podcast. You feel me? Daily news, Kons Podcast, hood news. You know what I'm saying? Episode 228. So today's episode we just be going over Lil Nas X that had some going on with the right side of his face. Good move. The same shit happened we seen with Justin Beiber not too long ago. We also gonna touch on Kodak Black is out here doing good deeds for the neighborhood. We also gonna touch on Diddy got 2 new charges that he pleaded not guilty to. You know what I'm saying? And also hired somebody else that's part of his little legal team. Somebody that we are familiar with. That was somebody else's lawyer helping him out with the case. And Snoop Dogg putting out another gospel album April 27th. You know what I mean? That's the 4 topics we're gonna touch on today. You know what I'm saying? Finna run through them. So, you know what I'm saying? First up, you know what I mean? We got Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying? Lil Nas X, Mr. You know what I mean? Mr. The Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? Take roads up the Old Town Road. Right till like, you know, we all heard that shit. You feel me? That shit made a whole lot of echoes. Motherfuckers were singing that song. Even if you didn't like that song, you was definitely singing that song. You know what I'm saying? It was a hit. It made a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? So, apparently he has been in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? He released this video where he's in the hospital. Apparently the whole right side of his face is just not moving. It seems like a case of Bell's palsy. You know what I'm saying? We seen Justin Bieber go through this same about last year sometime, where he had the whole implication with the side of his face and couldn't move the whole right side of his face. So this is the same thing that is going on with Lil Nas X. He had posted this little video from the hospital bed itself, saying that he can't even fully smile. You know what I'm saying? It looks like, he said this is him trying to fully smile, and it just looks like a half smile. You know what I'm saying? Kind of similar to how Two-Face's face is. How one side is kind of smiling and the other side is just, you feel me, straight face type shit. It looks kind of crazy, you know what I mean? But we see Justin Bieber with the same type of shit a few months back, last year sometime. So in this video, clip you about to see, this is definitely, this is Lil Nas X from the hospital bed itself, talking about how he can't move the right side of his face. Check it out.
You want to smile? This is me doing a full smile right now, by the way.
Lil Nas X posted video of himself experiencing partial facial paralysis. The 26-year-old rapper said in an Instagram post that he'd, quote, lost control of the right side of his face. The Grammy winner didn't reveal the cause of his condition, but told fans not to be sad for him.
We normal over here. We get crazy over here.
CNN has contacted his representatives for comment.
Bro, I couldn't even laugh right, bro. What the oh my God.
Glad you see, you know what I'm saying? That was Lil Nas X right from the hospital bed. You know what I mean? Trying to give you a full smile, can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That definitely looked like Bell's palsy. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Or a stroke or something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's definitely what Bell's palsy looked like. You know what I'm saying? It hits the nerves. You know what I mean? Where you can't really move the nerves. Same shit we see it happen with Conway the Machine. You feel me? From Griselda Records. You know what I'm saying? But he got shot in the neck and in the face. You feel me? And it left him with Bell's palsy. You know what I mean? Left him screw-faced. You feel me? So hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything will be all right with that. I'm sure he got the top dollar doctors working on him 9 to 5, 24/7. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that Lil Nas X is cool out here. You feel me? I think Justin Bieber's they said it was due to him like not resting, stressing and shit like that, and doing too much and not getting enough rest. You know what I mean? So I guess it can come from that also. Kodak Black. So Kodak Black is out here, you know what I'm saying, doing good deeds, trying to give us another vision of himself other than us seeing him being fried out on the corner, out on the curb, sitting on the street eating chicken. We done seen this nigga fried so many different occasions. He also was fried on Kons stream when he went streaming with Kons and was also popping pills on this same stream, popping X. You feel me? Said it was the glitch for the Twitch. We all heard the classic saying of what he was saying on Kons stream. You know what I'm saying? It was a glitch for the Twitch. You feel me? So he was on there wilding out. We all seen Kodak Black be fucking fried. You feel me? But we don't never really hear about his good deeds and his charitable moments. You know what I'm saying? So this was definitely a good deed that he did. So he went back to his old hood, where his old apartment buildings is, Golden Acres Apartments, you know what I'm saying, and paid for 200 residents' rent. This is the second month in a row that he done did this, you know what I'm saying, paid for 200 people's rent, you feel me, the second time in a row, and was going around leaving roses attached with a note saying that Kodak Black has paid your rent this month, which is something definitely fucking dope, because in the clip you can tell this is a black mom, and you can tell that she definitely needed that. You know what I'm saying? This is in the hood, so this is probably poverty-stricken apartments. This is probably low-income apartments, Section 8, whatever the case may be when you are struggling. You know what I'm saying? So that's just dope to me, how he is putting his hand out, putting his own money out, and covering 200 residents' rent, which is probably most of the complex. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people in apartment complexes in the hood. We all know how they are. We all lived in them. Maybe we all haven't, but I know I for sure have for sure. So we all know how it is. The apartments is not too big. You know what I'm saying? They probably house a little over a few hundred to 1,000, maybe 1,000 people if the apartments are big enough. You know what I'm saying? But 200 residents, 200 doorsteps that you paying rent for was something definitely to tip your hat to a nigga like Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? He said he wanted us to see another side of him besides the gangster. Want us to see the good side. He said he out here trying to make his mama proud, you know what I mean, and be a good dude, not just out here being fried and being reported on drugs and strung out on the block and all this type of shit. So here he is trying to change the image of that and doing charitable work. But this is not the first time that he's doing this. This is not the first time that he's doing charitable work. This is just somebody taking note of it and putting it on a camera. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is a black mom receiving the rose, telling her that her rent was paid, and you could tell the emotion that comes over her in her face for being so grateful that Kodak had did this for one of the residents. This clip you're about to see is one of the residents who got the rose that Kodak back had paid the rent for. Check it out.
Yeah. So we've been here all morning.
I lost my job in December, and I've been trying to.
So for real, look, so we in this, and we trying to make sure we gotta get. I know a couple people have been asking if they like how to make sure they confirm. That's what I'm gonna figure out tomorrow. But I know people that's part of our label, they went yesterday around 3 o'clock and they. That's all. We just trying to make sure people know. And this is for you, okay? No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. He passed it out. We was here not too long ago passing them out.
Just left like around an hour.
Yeah, we've been out here since like 4 o'clock yesterday.
She was like, "There's something on your porch." I'm like, "No." She was like, "I don't know what that is." So I can explain it. So I want to really thank you and appreciate you. You do a lot for us out here, and this is really, really grateful to me and my family. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks, Kodak Life. Thank you, man. Thanks, bro. That's a blessing, man. Thank you.
Saying, you know what I'm saying? That was him. That was, you feel me? The black mother that I was talking about that he had paid the rent for. You also seen another dude that was in the truck talking about the same thing. He said this is the second month in a row that he has did this. You know what I'm saying? And it's about time somebody put some light on it. He said, you know what I mean? He don't be doing this for the camera. He don't be doing this for the clicks, the likes, or none of that. This is something that he just doing for himself, out the kindness of his own heart. He wasn't being prompted or told to do this. From what I hear, you know what I'm saying? This is something he linked up with somebody, some philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? He linked up with some philanthropist dude that was helping him out and put this whole little thing together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought that was dope. Yo, check it out. I hope you're enjoying this episode. You know what I'm saying? But take the time right now while this little insert is happening. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Now's your time to do that shit right now. If you ain't done it already, go ahead and do that shit right now. You feel me? And I'm going to remind you again, probably before the end of this episode. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the episode. Yeah, you know what I mean? As you seen in the clip, you seen her come over with all of the emotions, you know what I'm saying, of having her rent paid. You feel me? I thought that was definitely something dope. You know what I'm saying? In other news, Diddy. So Diddy got hit with 2 new charges that he definitely pleaded not guilty to. You know what I'm saying? He got hit with 2 new charges. One was trafficking and another was flying a woman out for sexual act to engage in prostitution. He pled not guilty to the judge, but the judge said he wants to comb to hundreds of thousands of emails that the victim had sent through pertaining to the situation. They want to comb through each and every one of those, they said. So they pushing it back. They'll be back in court Friday. The lady in the clip says, as she breaks down, she was just in the trial with him, with Diddy on the team or in the courtroom or something like that. Whoever this lady is that's breaking it all down from the clip, she had just walked out from the courtroom. So he hit with 2 new charges, and they said they want to comb through a bunch of emails, so they're pushing it back to Friday. And also he is hiring Brian Steele. Brian Steele is the white attorney, the white guy who we all seen who got Young Thug off. You know what I'm saying? He got Young Thug off and got Young Thug freed. So he put him and hired him onto his team. A lot of people saying that is a victory. That's a good move. You know what I mean? Being how he got Thug off and what he did in the fight he was fighting for Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? We all seen that in the courtroom if you was following that case. You know what I'm saying? So he also said he wants to add a black woman to his team. You know what I'm saying, to his team of legal team and people like that. But I guess that's a big thing, a big win, him hiring on Brian Steele, you know what I'm saying, being that he got Thug off, hopefully, so he's hoping that he can do some of the same type of magic tricks for him that he did for Thug, you know what I'm saying, even though Diddy's case is a whole different type of situation, that'll be, but hey, Brian Steele seemed like that, he seemed like that guy, you know what I'm saying, he definitely got Thug off, you feel me, got Thug freed, you know what I'm saying, so he's hoping that he can definitely do that for him. I'm sure he's seen and heard all about Young Thug's case and what he did for him, so we definitely hired him on his team to help him out in his case, you feel me? So this next clip you're about to see is of the lady coming right out the courtroom, breaking down to you the two new charges that was brought upon him, and also you're gonna see the video breaking down how he hired on Brian Steele. Check these clips out.
Nothing to say about today?
How are you preparing for next week?
Will you be filing an adjournment?
Just got out of federal court. So basically what happened was Sean Diddy Combs pleaded not guilty to those 2 additional counts, which was an additional count of sex trafficking and also transportation to engage in prostitution. So he said he pleaded not guilty for both of those. And basically we're going to be coming back here on Friday, but some things that his attorneys pointed out they want turned over is some specific emails, actually hundreds of thousands of emails from one particular witness that the government has. Apparently this is a victim that may be testifying in the trial, so they're claiming that the government purposely is not collecting certain emails so that it wouldn't be shared with the defense as discovery, but they believe that there are some emails that they're a little suspicious of that they want to get their hands on. But also the government's argument is these are emails between a witness, a victim, and Sean Diddy Combs. So they say that, well, that's your client, that's your defendant. If we have access to the emails, so do you. So basically, we'll see what happens with that. But the judge basically did ask if the government would be willing to turn it over, but they said due to the volume of them, there's hundreds of thousands of these emails, that this is a little bit late in the game. But this, of course, could delay everything. We'll see what happens. But we will be back in federal court on Friday.
To add Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele to his defense team as he gears up for his upcoming federal trial. According to court documents, Steele is seeking permission to practice law in the Southern District of New York so he can officially join Diddy's defense. This move marks a shift in strategy for Diddy, whose team was reportedly searching for a black female attorney to join his legal lineup. Instead, Steele appears to have been selected as the top candidate. He would be joining an already well-known team that includes attorneys Mark Agnifilo and Teni Garagos, who remain lead counsel on the case. In addition to Steele's potential involvement, prominent attorney Mark Garagos is also expected to take on a significant role in Diddy's defense. The legal team has undergone recent changes, including the departure of Anthony Rico in February. As the trial approaches, with jury selection scheduled for May 5th and opening statements a week later, Diddy's lawyers have asked the judge to delay the proceedings by at least 2 weeks. The last-minute edition of Steele signals that Diddy is preparing for an intense legal battle.
Saying, you know what I'm saying? That was her breaking it all down for you, breaking down the 2 subjects, the 2 new charges that he getting hit with, that they are charging with, that he pleaded not guilty to. You know what I'm saying? Also, you seen in the clip after that he's hiring on Brian Steele, the one who helped out Young Thug that we all seen, and he helped Young Thug get off and get free. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully he's hoping that he can help him out and get him off with some of the cases and charges that he got piled and stacked up against him. Every week is something new coming on. So Brian's still gonna have his mother hands full with the client that he just picked up by the name of Sean Combs, aka the Diddler, aka Diddy, aka Diddy Do It. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? That was Brian Steele, you know what I'm saying? That was the clip. telling you all about that and how he hired Brian Steele, and also said he wants to hire a black woman to be put on his defense team, because right now everybody is white. You know what I'm saying? So he's looking for a black woman to get hired on. Somebody that he says that can understand that they're trying to take a black man down. Yeah, I mean... so yeah, I don't know though, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I don't know if Brian's still gonna be able to help that out. He got a lot of shit against him. His new coming in every day, every week. You know what I'm saying? New week, new charges on Diddy. You feel me? Somebody is coming out the woodworks saying, hey, me too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? He touched me too. Hey, matter of fact, we was in the studio working on that album. He was pressing me, you know what I'm saying, for some sexual acts. You feel me? So it's just somebody coming out the woodworks every single day, every week. It's somebody new, you know what I mean, new Diddy case, you feel me? So he is modifying his legal team and trying to hire some high power on his team to help him get out this case. Snoop Dogg is putting out another gospel album. It's his second one, you know what I'm saying? The second one. He put out a gospel album before, I forgot what it was called, but this one is going to be called Altar Call, you know what I'm saying? Altar Call. He said he is living through his mama with this one, you know what I'm saying? So apparently his mom, you probably loved the gospel music and probably loved the first album that he put out that was gospel, you know what I'm saying? So he said he's living through his mom with this one, you know what I mean? And putting out another gospel album due out April 27th. If you are hype about hearing a Snoop Dogg gospel album, you know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you got to see, I believe, is the band that he's gonna be working with on this album, being that he's in the studio and he's recording these niggas as they play. The band play the instruments, you feel me? So this little clip is them in the studio and Snoop Dogg is recording them play different music and stuff like that on a whole band. I believe this looked like the same dudes from that show called On the Porch, when the artists come and perform on the porch. I think one of the dudes, or a few of them, is from that band that be playing on the porch, I believe. I'm not sure, but they look familiar, like they might be from that. But this next we're about to see is just them in the studio playing a bunch of music, band music, live music on the bands and shit, on the instruments, and Snoop Dogg is walking around recording them on the phone. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? That was Snoop Dogg in the studio digging what they were playing. I assume they're playing songs from the album. You know what I'm saying? The song that's gonna be on the album. Maybe that's gonna be the band that's gonna be helping them on the album. That's gonna be making songs on the album. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this was the clip that came up when I was looking for stuff around Snoop Dogg's and his gospel album. You feel me? So personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really into gospel. I'm probably not gonna be listening to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a gospel dude. I don't want to hear songs about church and God and Holy Spirits and all that. I'm not into none of that. If you know me, you know me. You feel me? I'm not into church and God and who believes in what and Holy Spirits and scriptures and passages and all that type of shit. I'm not into none of that. So I'm probably not going to even peep this album out, not one bit. You know what I'm saying? But if you are into gospel and you into Snoop Dogg, this is the album for you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just not for me. You feel me? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? That's everything I got today. You know what I'm saying? That's everything I got today. Today's episode, we went over Lil Nas X. Can't feel the right side of his face. His face is stuck in position. He can't move it. He can't even smile fully. Say that happened to Justin Beiber a while back. Kodak Black is out here paying 200 residents rent in Golden Acres apartments. I guess the hood he from out in Florida, he paid 200 residents rent for the second month in a row and passed out roses to him with a note letting them know that Kodak Black has paid your rent this month. Diddy got hit with 2 extra charges that he pleaded not guilty to: trafficking and also flying a woman out to engage in sexual prostitution. And also we hired on Brian Steele, the same dude that got Young Thug off and fought for him. He hired him on to help him out with his case. Now we touched on Snoop Dogg putting out another gospel album April 27th. Snoop Dogg putting out a gospel album called Altar Call April 27th. Said he's living through his mom on that one. But that's all the subjects. That's all I got today. You know what I'm saying? That concludes episode 228. You feel me? Episode 228. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all stay tuned. You know what I mean? I missed y'all yesterday, but we back with another one right here on this fine Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue the week out, but as long as things are happening and nothing is happening too much with me that I can't record. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? This has been episode 228. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I put something in the ear that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you hit that subscribe button. Hope you tell somebody about it. Hope you hit that like button. You feel me? Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world. No matter who you are, whether you are a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whether you are a husband, whether you are a wife, a sister, whether you are a brother, an auntie, an uncle, whether you are a cousin, whether you are a son, whether you are a daughter. You feel me? And if y'all got pets and they sit there right there with you and watch Kons Podcast, whether your pet is a dog, a cat, whether you got a pet roach, a pet worm, whether you got a pet rabbit, whether you got a pet parrot, you know what I'm saying, trying to repeat words that he hear on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? I definitely with all y'all, you know what I'm saying? So you see my nigga saluting you, scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? But Tia, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You hear that beat getting louder and louder in the background. That means this has been the conclusion on episode 228. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will see y'all next episode, you know what I mean? But please hit the share button. Please hit that like button. And please comment on whatever you feel that you want to comment on. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will see it. Might reply to it, but I definitely will hit the like button on it to let you know that I definitely seen your comment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, please share this though. Share this on your social media. Share this on your Snapchats, on your Messenger. Share this in your family group chats. Share this in your on your Facebook groups, in your groups. Share it everywhere that you know people is there. You feel me? Put this in the mix. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is Big Kons Podcast episode 228. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. You feel me? Thank you for hitting that subscribe button if you did. Thank you for hitting the like button if that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for telling somebody about it if you shared this and told somebody else about it. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This has been episode 228 on this fine Wednesday, April 16th. You know what I mean? Enjoy these credits and this beat.
Wait me, don't you?